Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are here for the Zandvoort Grand Prix in round 11, I believe it is, of Cone Racing League Tier 2. Joined today by Murphy, joining in Rob's absence. Murphy, introduce yourself, mate. The floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks, AFL, for having us in the box with you tonight. Just like to start by sending out love and best wishes to Rob at this difficult time. The entire Cone Racing League community is with you, buddy. But yeah, here we are in the Netherlands, and looking forward to a good race tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. Just want to echo your statement with regards to obviously Rob not being here tonight. Rob is a staple in the community of Cone, and from me personally, as well as everybody from the Cone community, we wish you all the best, mate. And we can't wait to have you back, but take as long as you need, mate. We're all here for you.
Well, it looks like a dry session for qualifying, which is good. We obviously in Tier 4 on Monday night had a wet one, which is a little bit tricky. But these guys seem to have brought the sunshine with them for this qualifying session as we get underway.
So we're just watching Ennis do some donuts. He's been classified as the Tier 2 champion, so he's having a bit of fun there. Obviously off the track, not in anybody's way. So he's going to have a bit of fun doing those donuts there. But yeah, congratulations to Ennis on winning the championship. Well deserved tonight from him. Throughout the whole season, he's driven absolutely phenomenally and deserves it. And also me being a Williams driver, congratulations to Williams as well for winning a drivers' championship. And hopefully, with regards to the constructors, we can gain some points on the rest of the guys.
Surely he's going to have to go back in now and get a fresh.
Yeah, he should do,
because those are going to be completely.
Yeah, he's gone into the pits. No, he's gone into the pits. So we'll jump on board. Anybody that started a lap now, everybody's on out laps. What we'll do is we'll make sure that everything is. Okay. We've got T Griff on the lap as he goes purple through sector 1. Obviously being maybe one of the first to go through, it's purple. But in that beautiful Alpine.
Yeah, it's I don't know how you feel about it, but I personally quite like this track. Always got a bit of a soft spot for the sort of higher downforce, a little bit more technical circuits.
Mm-hmm.
Expecting what pull time? Probably low 108s? Maybe
yeah, possibly one, maybe a low 108, maybe 107. We never know with these guys here. Yeah. It's very stacked, this grid.
I'm just on board with Harry in a lovely McLaren livery. Part of my constructors team crosses the line with a 110.5, puts in P5 currently.
So we've had a few laps. Obviously, Mark has been laid down by Legende in the Alfa Romeo to soon to be rebranded Stake F1 car. Now we're going to talk about obviously all the cars have now been released for 2024. Obviously, probably not in their final sort of form. But what's your favourite car so far? Tell me your thoughts.
I mean, there's not. There's quite a lot of just plain black on the liveries, isn't there, this season? I think everybody's trying to save a couple of pounds here and a couple of pounds there. Pounds in weight, not money, that is. But I tell you what, I'm really interested to see just everyone. In all honesty, apart from Red Bull, I just want to see somebody start to close that gap towards them, and hope that we get an actual exciting championship fight
True.
Because there hasn't really been one for a
No.
couple of seasons now.
Mhm.
Really, really interested, obviously, in Lewis's final season with Mercedes to see how they get on.
Yeah.
It looks like they've gone in a bit of a different development direction. So we'll see how that translates to pace on track.
Mhm. Yeah, for me, I echo what you mean, what you say there in terms of obviously wanting a closer grid. It's going to be interesting to see, obviously, the development plans from both Mercedes and Ferrari, because obviously Lewis is signing for Ferrari in 2025. What's he going to want to see, really? Is he going to want to see Mercedes ahead of Ferrari now, or like how's his head going to be if he gets to Bahrain and Mercedes are even worse off than they were last year?
Yeah, it's a really interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because part of me kind of thinks that he knows that Mercedes aren't going to quite be where he wants them to be, so he's thinking, well, do I have a better chance at Ferrari? Or on the flip side, is it just that dream that nobody can resist and everybody wants to wear the red and,
Yeah.
drive
I
for the
mean,
Tifosi?
Ferrari is the most iconic team in F1, and if you get the opportunity to drive for them, then you really have
Yeah,
to take it.
it's kind of like the Real Madrid of the
Yeah,
F1 world, isn't it?
100%. If you get that chance to obviously race for Ferrari or play for Real Madrid, obviously you'll be part of the Tifosi, but you'll also be a Galactico at Real Madrid. Like, those names are synonymous with those teams. So, I mean, anybody in their right mind would jump at the chance of racing for Ferrari. Do
Yeah,
feel a bit
absolutely.
sorry for Carlos Sainz as well, because I don't think he's really put a foot wrong.
No.
He's done what he's needed to do. Obviously, he won a race last season as well, that great race in Singapore, and I think he's outscored Charles a couple of times as well. So he's not been there as a slouch. He's actually pulled his weight, but that's motor racing for you, isn't it? It's a cruel
Yeah, I mean,
business.
he's definitely unfortunate, but I'm sure he'll have no trouble whatsoever
Yeah,
securing a seat at one of the other major teams
yeah,
when
he
it
should
comes
be
down to it.
okay. Yeah.
Possibly Audi, maybe.
Yeah, his dad, Carlos Sainz Jr., has some ties to Audi through his rallying career, so maybe that could be something to look at going forward.
Absolutely. Back to the action on track, and
Yeah.
currently got Pangri sitting in P1 with a 108.9. There's not a lot going on right now. It's quite a reduced number of drivers tonight.
Yeah.
A few absences might make it a little bit easier for us to keep track of what's going on, but famous last words, I doubt that'll actually happen.
Just on board with 4-star now. As you come through the sort of tight and twisty section now of Sector 2. As you mentioned, it is a really nice flowing track, very technical. Obviously, it's got a few straights, but mainly the parts of it you need a good front end and good downforce for the middle sectors.
Yeah, absolutely. I was running max front wing on Monday night, as I'm sure the majority of the drivers were. So I mean, at least if it does rain, there's not a lot you would actually need to do to make it a viable setup.
Yeah, 4-star goes up to P7, improves on his time with a 109.3. Still quite a bit of time to go. Obviously, the first and second run now will be happening. Just depends on what people go on in terms of balanced or softer tyre allocation as well.
Yeah. I was softer the other night, but then obviously it rained, so that strategy went completely out the window anyway. But I was planning to do a full 3 runs because it's such a short lap, isn't it? You can you can get in, you can get out, and comfortably do the 3 runs if you need to.
100%. I think I managed to do 2 runs on Monday. I always go for 2 runs, to be fair. I don't try and stretch it and go for a third.
Yeah, I'm more of if I've gone balanced, I'll tend to do 2 runs and save a set of softs for because you never know when you might need them.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I have gone softer, the track is maybe a bit smaller, or if I've maybe mucked up a little bit, then I will try and get the 3 in. I'm just watching Knowlesy come round the
I'm
final
bored with him as well.
corner to set his first time of the session. And that was a dog barking in the background there. I do have 3 and they are all sat next to me, so we may hear them from time to time. One of them particularly doesn't like cars on the telly, so we may get a few noises. It's not a bad lap there from Knowlesy, actually. 109.0.
Yeah.
Puts him in P5. Oh, my old friend McConey has jumped into P1 there without me realising. Did a lot of admin duty with McConey back in the days. Got a soft spot for him. Would like to see him score some good points tonight.
You never know, you might bring him some luck in the comms box tonight as Pan with a 108.6.
That is a good lap. Yeah, last time I was in the booth with Rob in Vegas, I think it was. I put the commentator's curse on McConey, so I shall try and keep his name out of my mouth this evening. Otherwise, I'll probably find him in the DMs later. But you and I have raced together for what? Probably. What were we in season 10? We've probably raced together for 8 or 9 of those seasons. And I think this is the first time we've actually spoken.
First time in the comms box. Yeah, first time in the comms box. Usually it's messages over Discord.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sorry for that tap out of turn 2 and all that sort of stuff, yeah.
It's alright, it's part of racing, but that's the community, isn't it? Like, we all get brought together in, obviously, times like these where we need co-coms and commentators, and you filled in for me when I was absent, and you're filling in for Rob while he's absent. So it's it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I did enjoy myself last time out in Vegas. It was my comms debut, and I think I said it last time as well. Like, there's just hats off to all you guys who actually are the lead commentator, because it's so hard to follow everything that's going on the track and talk at the same time.
It's tough on your own if you haven't got somebody to sort of like fall back on. It's tough because you're having to keep an eye on everything, try and sort of fill it with conversation and stuff like that. Like, you're pretty much talking to yourself most of the time as well.
And then you get 4 or 5 safety cars as well, and it's like, oh dear.
Exactly, but it gives you a chance to catch your breath a little bit because there's so much action. Like, I feel sorry for the guys that commentate over us because there's something going on literally every lap with us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had 5 safety cars the other night. I'm hoping
exactly.
There isn't a repeat here.
I caused one of them. Not on purpose, I just spun on the curb. So I spun on the exit curb of the last corner. So on the banking, I think I was just offline, and I've realised I've made the mistake. But, you know, with these ground effect cars, once you just get on that curb, you're done.
Yeah, you're done for, aren't you? I was on board with Legend there, as I think he was about the only one that was on a lap. He did improve by nearly 3/10. Jumps him up into P3. But we're about to get to the go time.
Yeah.
I think where pretty much everybody be heading back out on track, and it will get a little bit manic for the last few minutes.
Yeah. So obviously now they've probably dialed in their setups now in terms of maybe taking a bit of front wing off or maybe putting a bit of front wing on. And yeah, it's, as you said, it's go time now. Q3, well, it's one session, but the last couple of minutes of qualifying is where you know, like, who's going to be where in terms of the pecking order.
Strauss has just spun out of the approach into the final corner. It's a tricky little one that if you do get on the power a little bit too quickly, you will spin. He's currently on a 109.3, but I think he's got just about enough time to get back into the pits and get a fresh set of boots on. Home track, of course, I believe, for Strauss and Cole Paradox as well. Both Dutch. Be looking to go well tonight in front of the home fans. Apologies if anyone else in the tier is Dutch. I just know for sure that those two are, and I wouldn't want to get anything else wrong.
So yeah, we got a few of the guys now coming out of the pits. You've got T-Griff, I think you've got McConey, Durai.
Just watching it all change to outlap. Who will be first? I think it will be one of the. See, I'm quite blind, so a lot of these colours do look very similar to me. So let me just try and work it out. Where's that other red one? Oh, it's free fall. Of course it is. It's free fall. Oh, but he's 17 seconds down, so he must be. Has he got enough battery to maybe go for it?
Not sure, but he's going to give it a go.
Yeah, so I think
we'll jump on board with them.
Other Ferrari will be yeah, I think he's the only one other than free fall who may not make it down with the battery. I think it'll be R11. Is it Danny or Darry? Danny. He'll be the first one to potentially threaten Pandry in P1 currently.
Well, I'm on board with Freefall now. He's got about 6% left of his battery. He was sort of maybe 3.5 temps up, so
yeah,
he may improve, but
he will improve. He may be
he's half a second up.
Half a second up, but I don't think he's going to be threatening the top 5. Derry's already 2 seconds down, so I think he's about to report on that if he hasn't done so already. Who's next? The corner's just come into sector 2.
So Harry Palmer's just about to start a lap now. Just then with Harry. Spots his braking zone perfect into turn 1. I do love this first sector, especially when you come up to the banking. You see so many different people take different lines, and some people prioritise entry, some people prioritise exit, and it's a long run.
He's backed out, so he's done for the evening in terms of quality. Yeah, it's got time. Everybody's now on a lap bar 2. Who's going to be first round? It looks like it's one of the Alfa Romeos. No, that's Legend. He's the only one on out lap currently. So next up will be one of the McLarens, which is only one McLaren, so that'll be Harry.
Yeah,
he's
been on
half
board.
a second up. After Harry, it'll be one of the Alpha Tauris. No, he's pulled on the pits.
So Pan is going quicker on this lap. He may get a bit of help from the Aston Martin in front. It's coming now just through the banking, last corner now.
The other Alpha Tauri of D-Mots just puts it up into P4. Perhaps he's had a little...
And he goes quicker for 1:08.6. That's a great lap there. Obviously in the Red Bull, sporting the Max Verstappen helmet as well. So he's looking to have a good race tonight.
The only one who might be in a position to stop Pangry from taking pole here is Legend. He's just coming around the final corner now.
About 1.5 temps down on his lap. Through sector 2.
He's sticking it out, but he doesn't go slightly quicker, but it's not enough.
He lost a bit of time in that sector there.
Yeah, I think Bar Freefall, whose lap time is currently reading as 2 minutes 21, we are done, and Pangry will take pole position here in Zandvoort.
Yeah. So just like real life F1, we have a Red Bull on pole. But hopefully the race is going to be a little bit closer than it has been in the past. But yeah, that's a great lap there from Pan. And to be fair, he's been putting in some really good, solid races recently. So he's been showing good pace. Him and Ennis have been racing quite tough together. So hopefully we will see what happens in the race. But that is your grid for tonight. We'll just run it run through it quickly. So you have Pan in the Red Bull P1, Legende P2, Hobbsy in P3 in the house, Nolsey P4, D-Morts P5, Tango P6, Marconi in P7, Garai P8, T-Griff P9, and Cole Paradox running at the top 10. Behind him we have Strauss in P11, 4-Star P12, Harry Palmer P13, Freefall in P14, and Ennis rounding off the grids. Obviously, tonight's champion, Tier 2 champion, starting from the back of the grid. So it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on tonight.
It was a interesting qualifying session. That I know we did talk, about the real F1 for some of them. Maybe missed some of the action, but less than a tenth of a second separating the top three drivers there. So if we get a race that's that close, we'll be in for a treat.
Yeah. But that's what I mean about this tier just being so stacked. It's so close. Like anybody could win on any given day. It's that good. There's not really much of a skill gap here.
Yeah. And I would say we do have that skill gap, but we still have that anyone can win on any given day, as this season's results have evidenced. How would you play the strategy here? What would you do?
I'd definitely start on the medium. I do believe it's a one-stop medium to hard.
Yeah.
That's probably the best. But with safety cars, weather, it looks a little bit overcast as well. So there may be a little bit of rain in the air, not too sure.
It does look slightly overcast, yeah. That would mix things up a little bit. But yeah, I think you're right. Medium hard's probably the shout. You obviously know more about this tier than I do. Maybe if safety cars are common, you might think to try the hards first. But I think certainly the top 5 to 10, I would expect to see all on the mediums.
But again, they're the ones that are in the driving seat tonight, so they'll be the ones in charge of their strategy. But let's have a look. So
majority have gone
mediums. B-Morts on the hard.
We do have all three compounds used with Strauss and P11 on the soft side, and it's right at the back. Soft as well. Obviously Ennis, we talked about him a little bit at the beginning because he's obviously the champion. Did he have a qualifying ban or something?
I think he's just doing like a last to first challenge tonight as he's the champion. Okay. Yeah. Seeing where he can finish. But he will be invited into the...
each to their own.
He will be invited for the interview tonight as the champion. Obviously we want to talk to him about his season. And obviously his race. You never know, he might end up on the podium tonight. So
yeah, I think that happens quite a lot, doesn't it? Because you're kind of out of the way of everything that's going on up front.
Strauss and Ennis looking to be aggressive on the start on those soft tyres. Obviously soft tyres maybe 7 or 8 laps around here.
If you wanted to do a bit of a Hail Mary strategy selection, you could possibly make a soft medium work.
Yeah.
I would imagine your tyres would be screaming at the end of each stint, but I do think it could work. Whether pace-wise it would be any good, remains to be seen, but I think we're about to find out.
We are as Pan gets the grid rolling up into their grid spots. So as you can see the strategy there, medium hard, and a 2-stop, which is hard, medium. Now, a 2-stop round here, you'd have to have a massive pace advantage for that to work.
Yeah.
But anything is possible in this tier. Obviously, we've got safety cars to contend with, weather to contend with. But yeah, they're all lining up now. I wonder if anyone will be disqualified or anything like that. Seems all good. Oh, 4-star was. But here we go. It's lights out and away we go. As Pan gets a good start, maintains his lead into turn 1. Seems pretty clean from everybody.
Yeah, very clean. I'm towards the back. Everybody's got away nicely.
Everybody's got away, which is good to see. So Pan leads us now, in first, Legende P2 and Hobbsy P3. So now the first part has been...
And this is already, if the screens are correct, and this is already made up 4 positions.
Yeah, and this is in P11 on the back of Strauss.
The other soft runner, yeah.
This
will be interesting. Up front, Pangry's checked out a little bit already. He's already 16th, clear of legend.
So we have Strauss making a move down on the inside.
Ooh, got
the right
contact there between a Ferrari and Strauss. Yeah, that was interesting.
So as we finish lap 1, it's as you were, Pan leading, followed by Legende, and Demort's now up into P3. Yeah, so he's had a great start there. Demort's there, especially being on that harder tyre. Takes a while to warm up, but he's if he can keep that pace up, he's in a decent position tonight, because he, being on the harder tyre, is obviously going longer than the guys around him. So he opens himself up for strategy, maybe going to the soft tyres later on if there's no safety cars.
Yeah, he's an interesting one, D-Mods. He's been around since pretty much season 1 or 2, I think.
The yellow flag.
That's from the academy back in the day. I don't think he's ever held a full-time seat.
Fair.
But just sort of checks in when he wants and does a few bits and mixes the grid up a bit. Definitely got the pace though, so it's a shame that he can't maybe race full time, because
as Ennis has left the session. So I'm not sure what's happened there. Obviously he's probably lost connection, and he will drop down the grid now, unfortunately, as his AI is taking over.
He's ghosted his Cole Paradox drives straight through him, which you're technically not supposed to do, and Cole, as an admin, should know better, but we'll forgive him.
So yeah, lap 3 now, DRS has now been activated. Let's see who is where and if there's going to be any sort of DRS overtakes coming soon. So we have Hobbsy, followed closely by Nolsey and Tango, and then followed by McConey, Tigre. So we're in a little bit of a DRS train now. You can see a couple of these guys going to be looking to make some moves soon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if D-Marts can just stick in this train, and like you were saying, he is in quite a strong position, being on the harder compound tyre than the guys around him.
So we have 4-star now. Seems to have maybe spun again. Now he's at the back of the grid now, hoping he can make some inroads and get back up to the back of the pack.
Yeah, I'm still around on board with Ennis. He is still not with us. He's about to be passed by Harry, who does do the right thing and actually drive around him.
Demort shows some good pace, and the hard tyres.
He's not been blasting the battery either, so he does have genuine
He's got good pace, yeah. So this could be something for us to keep an eye on tonight. Demort's on those harder tyres. He's now within DRS of Legende.
I think with a reduced number of drivers in the field as well, you do have that sort of reduced chance for a safety car.
Yeah, 100%.
So he is sat very, very pretty at the minute. The likes of Strauss, I was going to say Ennis, but obviously he's not with us anymore, but Strauss, who maybe was hoping for a safety car, to get up the field early on those soft compound tyres. He's now going to potentially have to make that soft medium or soft hard work for him. But who knows, we might still have one. And like we were saying at the start, there are a few clouds in the sky, although it doesn't look particularly dark.
So we just jump on board now with Strauss as we come down now, down the main straight.
He's just taken an opposite down turn 1 to go up to P4.
One thing about Nolsey, he quietly just gets on with it. He doesn't make much fuss. You just see him just passing people and getting up into good positions. So hopefully he can make some more inroads tonight and possibly get on that podium, as he is looking quite quick at the moment.
Yeah, he's just slightly outside of the DRS range. The sort of top three. We've got sort of two little groups.
Yeah.
In that front pack now, we've got Pangria, Legend, and D-Morts, and then Nolsey, Hobbsy, Tango, McConey, and T-Griff. So Nolsey will be obviously hoping to get back into, or to get into the DRS range, if he does want to make the podium tonight.
Yeah, so just going through to see who's made up how many positions. Currently, D-Morts is up 2, Strauss is up 2, Ennis is up 2, and Harry Palmer is up 1. Biggest losers we have is Hobbsy, which is only lost 3 positions and 4-star. So, yeah, we're still very early on.
Ennis is back with us by the looks of things, as he's just made the move down on Harry Palmer to get stuck on the inside nicely. She's not going to carrying on at this stage of the race. He did make up quite a few positions at the start before he was disconnected, so we'll have to see how he gets on now as he holds up.
Yeah. Just on board now is McConey, who is on the gearbox of Hobbsy. McConey looking quite racy now. He will be in the RS spot, so will Hobbsy, so that will negate the effect of the car behind.
Yeah, both got very similar amounts of ERS as well, so
yeah,
it's just to not bother using it at this stage because you not get any benefit from it. That's up the RS
range. He's close, he's getting close.
Might get a bit of a slipstream, not quite enough there to make a move into turn 1. Just settle back down and wait for an opportunity.
Jump on board with D-Morts now. Still in a good position there. We was 3 tenths away from Rojande. Pan not pulling away as much as he did at the start.
They are sticking with him.
Yeah. Obviously, this is
D-Morts potentially ahead of Legend by the end of just after the start of this next lap. So he's really on his gearbox here, and he's going to get the DRS here. Also is Legend.
Yeah, he'll get the DRS from Pan in front.
He did have a little look on the outside of Legend there, but I think that was maybe just to make Legend squirm a little bit, see if he could force a mistake out of him.
Yeah, so they both have DRS now. D-Morts gets a fantastic
run. Like D-Mort got a better exit there, and I think he's going to go for it now.
Down the side,
Not even a contest.
Yeah, D-Mort's in a really good position now, up to P2 on those harder tyres.
Yeah, there's quite a few gaps forming now behind. The only real battle on track, other than the front 3, is McConey, Hobbsy.
Yeah, McConey's dropped back a little bit. He's got ahead of him now.
Hobbsy's sticking. It's just kind of settling down. And the thing about this track, isn't it? We've just been talking here for a few minutes, and already we're a quarter of the way through the race nearly. Really
quick lap.
Short, fast laps, isn't it? But when there's no safety cars, then the race is over quite
Let's jump on board with D-Morts now. So he'll be within the DRS of Pan in front. Will we see him move? He does look quite far away, but he did get a great run previous lap. And he does look a bit far away now. He is edging ever closer to the lead of this race, potentially.
There, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
But there will obviously be a crossover point between
the tyres, yeah. So yeah, Tango as well, and on the hard tyres is doing a good job. He'll probably be the the beneficiary of the tyre crossover period coming up soon. He's been on his CRS a lot. He's used quite a bit of it, so he may need to conserve that a bit.
Yeah, it's
as we have.
Don't make much back per lap either, do you? So
Yeah.
I mean, luckily he's obviously got a 1.3-second gap to the corner behind him, so he doesn't necessarily have to worry about what's behind him at this stage. But
True.
He's not really going to be able to rein Knowlesy in either. And he's kind of still losing the battery now, even though, you know, there's not a lot of point in doing so. He'd be better off just settling down a little bit and conserving it for a few laps, and then
playing the long game.
When that tyre crossover does come, he'll obviously naturally get closer to Knowlesy, and he might, you know, he'll regret not having that little bit of extra battery to blast past him.
Not sure if Demon's made a mistake on that previous lap, but Legende got very close to him now, and he's now out second. Obviously the Alpha's doing very well in P3 and P4, so far good points for them. But will we see any team orders tonight between these two, or is it everyone's for themselves? We'll see shortly. But yeah, Knowlesy behind his teammate Legende.
Yeah, Darry's just closing up ever so slightly onto the back of Hobbsy as well. Might have a look. He's got a lot of battery, and he will have DRS down this straight, so he will.
I think he's going to make a move. Yeah, make a move.
For it. Yeah, there he goes. Easily done. And if you were Hobbsy, you just kind of let him go, wouldn't you, and just sit in behind him and do the same to him on the next lap. And you wouldn't try and fight it too hard, I don't think. But these drivers are obviously at their level, they're a lot smarter than us, and you know, the racing that goes on at our level, the kind of, you know,
I'm not going to say too much. I got a penalty on
I don't want to sound too bad, but some of the guys in our tier just defend for their life.
Yeah.
Just thinking, well, you know, if you just let us go, you'll have a chance on the next lap, kind of thing. You know, and it always ends up in the steward's room, and nobody wants to see that.
No, true.
Ooh, D-Mot's there, nearly losing the rear end, and that's going to allow Legend the better exit, I think. Although he is pulling away slightly, but he now has drained his battery, so he must have made a couple of mistakes, because he was sitting pretty on sort of 65-75%.
We're going to see him move now,
just a couple of laps ago, wasn't he?
Yeah, Legende keeps behind him, and this obviously is allowing Pan to extend his lead a little bit. It's now 1.4 seconds.
Oh, there's contact between Cole Paradox and T-Griff. They just exchanged positions a couple of times there. They have both made it through. I don't know if anybody got any damage. It just looked like a little bit of a love tap on the wheels. I think everybody got through clean.
Yes, Ennis now gets past Strauss. The soft tyre runners, they seem to have gone backwards tonight. Maybe not the optimum.
11 laps isn't. They'll be screaming.
Yeah.
They'll be screaming. Because it's been 11 laps of green light racing.
Yeah, exactly.
Racing, hasn't it? And, you know, following the cars close behind as well. Those tyres are not going to be enjoying themselves right now, and perhaps the gamble hasn't quite worked out for them with the lack of positions made since the start of the race, and the fact that there hasn't been a safety car either.
As we have Legende making a move now up into P2, back into P2 now, down the inside of the Immorts.
Do you know what? Is it me, or does it look slightly darker? Could that
explain
possibly why a couple of the guys went soft? Did they think that it might rain and that it would come sooner than it has? And, or, you know, did D-Motes and Tango know that it was going to rain and the hards would go to the point that the rain came?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't look a bit darker, but it might just
from our point of view, no. From the comms box, it does look very overcast there. But it could just be one of those where it's just cloudy and it actually doesn't rain.
Yeah, because that's what we had on Monday, wasn't it? We just
Yeah.
had quite an overcast race. So yeah, if it doesn't rain, then I would expect to see both Strauss and Ennis in the pits in the next lap or so.
Still on board with the Immortals now. He does have DRS on Legende, but he may be a bit too far back. As we have the first Tango on the Hans. Yeah, very interesting that. Very interesting. What's he going to
put on?
Going to a set of mediums.
They won't. I mean, 22 laps?
No, I don't know.
Unless he had damage.
But no, because
it didn't look like he did because he was, in and out.
There's no front wing change, nothing.
That's a strange one for me because he was in quite a good position as well in terms of the classification. So I'm not understanding that one.
So we have a spinner.
It's definitely getting darker.
Yeah.
But if they know that it was going to rain, then that further baffles me as to why Tango pitted now for mediums. Because if it does rain, he's obviously just going to have to come back in a lap or two. Answers on a postcard to quote the famous freefall.
Talking of freefall, let's jump on board with him and see how he's getting on. So he is currently in P11. As we have Strauss now in the pits as he gets a 5-second penalty.
Strauss.
So free fall now.
So he's put Strauss has put the mediums on as well. So maybe they are confident that if it doesn't come, then
he's retired in the pit lane. Tigris. Nice little battle there between Harry and Scott, McLaren and Ferrari.
The two Tier 4 commentators from the other week duking it out here in Sector 2. Harry coming out on top for now. But it's kind of settled down, hasn't it now?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of action. There's not that many people within DRS range of each other, although McConey is just a few tenths behind Darry in 5th. So bar Harry and Freefall, this is the closest battle on track. I think he's probably a little bit too far back.
He's burned through a lot of his DRS as well.
Yeah. As Hobbsy comes out of the pits. He's on the mediums. Is he going to go Hail Mary and try the softs? Well, no, he was not going to try the softs. Softs won't go.
No, he's gone to conference set of hards now. So, barring any safety cars, they should get to the end.
I think that confirms for me, I don't know about you, that it's not going to rain because he would have stuck a set of softs on there, wouldn't he? If he thought that it was going to rain.
Yeah.
In the next sort of 5 or 6 laps.
You went quite long on those hard tyres on Monday, didn't you? How did they feel?
I did 23, 24 laps on them.
Wow.
Honestly, they were fine. They were absolutely fine. It was just the wrong call to make at the time when we got that 5th safety car.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was a little bit naive. I looked at my MFD and it said if you pit, you come out in P12 or 13 or whatever. I kind of just thought, I'd rather have the track position.
Yeah.
I didn't even think that everybody behind me would be pitting. So whatever the MFD said was wrong in the first place. It was going to be wrong, and I should have come in for the softs.
Apologies for that. Apologies for that.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Well, it is, but it's not. But yeah, it's just a story of my season, really. Throwing potential wins away. Must be 3 or 4 of them now. Just bad strategy calls. Just need to get more experience. But I guess that's what the lower tiers are for, really. I say I need to get more experience. Being a 40-year-old man, that sounds a little bit weird, but racing experience definitely need a little bit more of.
Yeah, Pan's now extended his gap, sorry, to 1.8 seconds over Legende. Demort's hanging on now, 0.6 of a second behind Legende. So
yeah, see, I would expect the hards to be the better tyre at this stage.
Yeah.
So I would start to expect that gap to come
Yeah,
back down again,
we've got
barring no mistakes.
Pan in the pits, and he'll be going to set up hard tyres. Yeah, set up hard tyres to the end. 18 laps.
So Demot's now really needs to put the hammer down.
Yeah, this is his time to sort of make some inroads.
Yeah, that sort of first lap. When Pan's on cold tyres, he needs to get his skates on, and see if he can narrow that gap, and possibly overcut him. He does have to stop, because I don't want to jinx it, but it doesn't look like we're going to see a safety car bar in any disaster. These guys are just all sort of settled down, and they're in the groove now.
Yeah. Obviously, let's talk about Tango. We were a bit confused as to why he pitted early, but if you look at it now, he's possibly got a net race lead after the pits. Obviously, once Demort's pits, Tango could be our race leader. He's done it quite differently to everybody else. He's picked quite early and he's gone on to a set of mediums, but if he's got good tyre strategy, good tyre management, he could look after those tyres to the end.
Yeah, he might make us, because it was me in particular, look completely stupid. I don't know. Will they do? What will they have to do? 5 and another 17, 22 laps. I don't know.
It's possible.
It's possible because Nolsey, Cole, everyone who started on the mediums that hasn't pitted yet, they've done 18 with a heavier car.
Fuel, yeah.
So maybe he's pulled off a master stroke.
We won't know until the end of the race. But talking of fuel, I massively overfueled my car on Monday. I ended up having maybe 4.5 laps of extra fuel, which wasn't great.
I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you were in it, but the pre-season race around here where I was leading by a mile, but ran out of fuel on the final lap.
I remember that.
So I actually didn't touch my fuel at all this time. I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. But then, obviously we had 5 safety cars and I also had about 6 laps of fuel left by the end. So, you live and you learn.
Yeah. It's like a tricky situation with fuel because...
He moves up to P3. It was always going to get that done with the
younger tyres. But yeah, with fuel, it's always very difficult to predict how much you need because you don't know how many safety cars there are going to be in each race. You may underfuel the car and have no safety cars and will have to lift and coast throughout the race, or you may overfuel and have quite a few safety cars, and you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Yeah, absolutely. I think my general rule of thumb is maybe give it an extra 1.5 laps. And I think at our level, the chances of us going through a race without a safety car
it's very slim.
Pretty slim.
Yeah.
Although I wasn't expecting 5 round here, to be fair.
Yeah, Pan gets past Cole Paradox now.
He does, yeah. He's a bit of a sitting duck, Cole, isn't
he? Demort's is pitting. Interesting. On those hard tyres, he's definitely going to go to the mediums.
He's undercutting Nolsey.
Yeah.
Where's Pangri? Will Pangri pass? Yeah, Pangri's
comfortably in ahead, yeah.
Yes, Demorts will have the softer compound and they are a bit younger than Pangri's, but I think he probably just chucked away his chance of winning this race. He'd probably get back up to the podium, I'd like to think, but He's now what, 8 seconds, 9 seconds behind Pangri. I can't see Pangri being so bad on the hards that he'll give away 9 seconds. I just can't see it.
Obviously,
but Tango's sitting pretty.
Yeah. Obviously, Pan now in the DRS. We'll probably see a move now into turn 1, possibly. Obviously, Pan on fresher tyres. So we're just on board with it now. Obviously, loving this overhead shot as we come down the banking.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, then
this will be done half a minute.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, there we go.
As we have Cole Paradox pitting.
Yeah, he stuck it out for as long as he can. It's time to change those tires.
That's a set of softs for Cole Paradox.
Interesting. 14 laps. Strauss went about 14 laps on his, and his car's a little bit lighter, but again, you'd expect
free fall as well.
Pace advantage for
free fall's gone onto the softs.
Do you know what? Actually, I think this might not be a bad shout, because you remember when we had that final safety car the other night, we were at about this kind of stage of the race. I think. Were we? Or were we a bit
I think it was a bit later.
Because I was thinking, them softs aren't going to go that long. Which sort of played into my decision to stay out. Ultimately, it did prove to be wrong, but maybe the tyre wear isn't as bad.
Molesy's boxing now. He's lost quite a lot of time on this last lap. He's gone to softs as well.
I wish we could see what the actual tyre wear percentage of the drivers is. That would be a nice feature.
Hango is the outlier here. On those 9-lap old mediums.
Yeah, he is. He'd have to think that the hards would be the better tyre come the end of the race, though. It's interesting. Course's battle on track appears to be recording on Ennis, who is now up to P6 in his last challenge, which included a stint from the AI.
Yeah.
So he's not doing too bad.
Knowing Ennis, he probably done that deliberately. Before he give himself more of a challenge and disconnect.
I tell you what, it wouldn't happen on my watching, Martin. It would not. I don't like it when the integrity of the other drivers in particular, like how do they feel? Someone turns around and goes, "Oh well, I'm going to go last to first." It wouldn't sit too well with me, but this is
each their own, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I will comment no further on that. Let's see if he tries it with the Tier 1 boys next season when he's promoted. I don't know how you talk for this long. My throat's killing me.
Yeah, it does get a bit exhausting. It's good to have a drink with you.
What is your drink of choice when you are commentating on CRL?
H2O.
Is it H2O?
Yeah.
I've gone for a beer. Rightly or wrongly, but it is only one, so we won't get fighty or anything like that.
Pan now has a 4.4 second lead on Legende.
What's happened to Tango? We must have missed it. He's pitted again. He's pitted again for another fresh set of mediums.
Don't quite get what the strategy is with. He's in P10 now anyway, so he's going to be on.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody else is going to make 2 stops. So he's going to have to go through them all on track. Does have better tyres, obviously. But I think I'd rather have track position personally.
There's a nice little battle here between Knowlesy and McConey. Knowlesy on those fresher soft tyres gets past.
Yeah, Knowlesy will be very racy for these next few laps. I'd expect to see him close the gap to Ennis and also to Darry.
May see a move here, possibly. So he's on the outside.
Has another grip, gets it done.
Good move there by Nosey. Making use of those fresher softs now. See what you can do with regards to Dorai.
Tango goes past Strauss, back up into P9. McConey now closing into the back of Ennis as well.
We'll jump on board with Harry Palmer. He's in the DRS of Freefall. These two having a race hold battle. So yeah, Harry will get DRS.
It is for the final point as well, so it does matter.
Every point matters. But Freefall getting a good run out of the last corner. Is Harry gonna make a move? He's not. No, he's gonna.
Yeah, Freefall's got
follow.
More battery as well to defend with. Corney's doing well to stick with the champ.
Yeah. I'm currently on hard tyre, so tyre life is the same, but tyre compound is obviously Ennis is on a step softer on the mediums, whereas McConey is on a harder tyre.
Yeah, and I did say that I would expect to see Knowlesy close up to Darry as well, and he's just about to breeze by him.
So we have McConey making a move now on Ennis into turn 1.
Is Ennis AI there? No, it just looked like the front wings were together.
Yeah, looked very close there, but McConey ahead now. Knowlesy, as you mentioned, up to P4. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this 3.6 second gap, how quickly it comes down, because we are in the final 9 laps of this race now. He definitely has the tyre advantage still. It's just about, can he close that gap and maybe even pass him, pull away a little bit, because you'd have to think that D-Mots' tyres would come back. The tyres would come back into D-Mots' favour towards the last couple of laps. As D-Mots goes past Legend up into P2. And Ennis has taken the place back off McConey as well.
So Knowlesy has a 2.9 second gap to Legende. He's obviously gonna be burning through his tyres now. Do you think he's gonna have enough tyres to get past the teammate and maybe put in a challenge to D-Mots?
I wonder if Tim Orders will come into play here.
Yeah.
Legend will let him go for a couple of laps just to see what he can do. Who knows? He has to get to Legend first.
Yeah.
In all fairness, because Legend is going along quite nicely.
Yeah, you talk about obviously the team order that was similar to Lewis and Valtteri in Hungary 2017, where Valtteri allowed Lewis to take the position to see if Lewis could challenge obviously the two Ferraris of Kimi and Seb. Fortunately, he wasn't able to, but did give the position back to Valtteri on the last corner. So, yeah. Teamwork does make the dream work.
Interested to see Forster down at the back of the field, one of the stalwarts of CRL. I was expecting maybe a bit better performance out of him tonight, but I don't know what's happened there. Maybe he's had
he did have a couple of spins.
A rough time of it, yeah. But I was certainly expecting better from him tonight, as the Harry battle rages on still.
We'll jump back on board with that.
He's actually the closest battle on track currently as well. And McConey seems to have lost a couple of places as well. He was ahead of Ennis and he's now behind Ennis, Tango and Hobbsy. So something's gone on there. Probably that curse that I was talking about.
Yeah, Harry and Scott start to give her like glue.
Yeah, it is for the minor positions, but it is some good racing and good to see both of them keeping it clean, keeping it tidy for a number of laps now. It's impressive stuff. As McConey swaps positions with Hobbsy. These 3 or 4 are just they're not really sure what's going on with them, but McConey's dropped 6 seconds off the back of
Harry goes around the outside. Yeah.
And I think we have our answer as to whether Knowlesy's, at what point Knowlesy's tyres would start to shut off, as he now finds himself 4.2 off the back of his teammate.
Yeah.
When we last looked at it, it was about 2.7, so I think maybe he's reached that crossover point.
Yeah, and there's nothing worse than being on soft tyres after you've been putting in rapid laps and then they just die and they just go off, they just fall off the cliff.
I tell you, there's just nothing worse than being on the wrong compound full stop, because as I found out the other night, you just know there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do. You can't pit. There's no point in pitting.
You lose
you
track
can't
position.
the tyres won't let you. It's just a horrible feeling. But he can be still happy with his race if he does manage to hold on to P4. But I don't think anybody's going to challenge Pangri out in front with just 5 laps to go and a 3.3 second lead. He is slightly older tyres, but again, you'd have to feel that the hard tyres will comfortably go at the end of this race with very little pace loss. So, barring a mistake, I think we've seen the winner.
Yeah, a mistake or a safety car. Anything could happen. I think we've got another couple of laps until the safety car won't come out.
Harry in free fall, still going at it, exchanging positions again. Oh, that's tight through there. Oh,
a little bit of contact, yeah. But we are loving this.
Inside line. But, Scott nearly lost it.
Yeah, a bit of oversteer there.
I don't know whether that was a glitch or something there, but
I think they both looked like they lost the back end there.
Yeah, Scott definitely looked like he had a tank slapper, but still managed to stay out in front.
These guys putting on a good show.
Knowlesy's actually lost a position to Darry now further up the field. Oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 1. It's a Mercedes, I think.
Yeah, possibly McConey.
Doesn't bring out the safety car though. Safety car would spice things up in the last couple of laps.
Yeah. Free fall and Harry still going at it. But giving each other space.
Here, the fuel thing. The fuel thing might be interesting here, because I don't know whether this safety cars are common in this tier, but we have seen cars without fuel around here before, and there has been no safety cars. But just quickly flicking through the field, nobody seems to have
so Knowlesy does have a amber light on with regards to fuel.
Yeah, and free fall's the other one, but everybody else looks to be okay.
Tango, and then it's battling Tango up to P6 now as he gets round Ennis. So Tango could possibly catch Knowlesy at the pace that he's going. Obviously, Knowlesy.
Tango with the strange strategy calls, but
seemed to have worked for him.
Yeah, he's making it work a little bit. D-Marts has closed the gap on Pangri by, just as I said, I jumped back up again, but he has closed it by about half a second.
Yeah.
In this sort of last lap and a half. At that rate, he'd just run out of time to catch him, but I guess Pangri is maybe taking it a little bit easy now. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do
take
too
it at
much.
max, does he? He just needs to get round to get there in. Closest battle is still the Harry and Freefall battle.
Hobbsy is pit onto a set of fresh soft tyres, so he'll be looking to go for the fastest lap.
Yeah. I wonder if he's trying to take it away from someone.
Yeah.
Up ahead, who.
Let's see who has it.
Maybe.
So currently Nosey has the fastest lap for 1 minute 11.1. So yeah, Beamort's now 2.8 seconds behind, and but obviously with a couple of laps to go, barring any serious mistakes, should be a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, the fact that we haven't really mentioned Pangri too much just kind of tells you how good a drive this has been. In typical Red Bull style, really, hasn't it? He's just been out in a league of his own.
Yeah.
Excuse me, for the entire race, and we haven't had to go to him to see what he's up to. I wonder, it'd be interesting to ask Harry and Scott how many times they've exchanged positions in this race. I would imagine we're in double figures, as Harry's about to do it again. There he goes. Both are now scoring a point though, at least.
Yeah. It would be a shame for them to be putting on this show and one of them not getting a point at least. Currently, they'll both get a point.
Exchanged another couple of times.
Yeah, I'm just on board now with Scott.
Brilliant. That was close, man.
One of these two are in a party together.
Just on board with Pangri now that we're in the...
Yeah, we'll jump on board for the final lap with him.
It's been as serene a drive from him as you could ever wish for, really. Do have a yellow flag in Sector 3. I wonder if it is the Harry and Scott battle.
A couple of corners left.
They've finally mucked each other up. It's taken right to the last lap, but they've finally done something to each other, and Freefall has come off worst and has just picked up a 10-second time penalty as well for corner cutting.
Han coming across the line now. Great drive from him. Utterly dominated when he comes across the line. Beamort's P2. Legende very close behind in P3. Durai will be coming across the line in P4. Had a quiet race, but he done the business tonight. Well done to him. Tango P5. Ennis coming across the line. Obviously our Tier 2 champion. P6. Nosey P7. Or Paradox will come across the line in P8. Strauss getting ahead of McConey. Or McConey getting ahead of Strauss, sorry. Harry Palmer coming across the line. Yeah. P11. 4-star P12. Hobbsy P13. Just waiting for Freefall.
He is in AI mode by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So we might be waiting a while for him. So we had 7, 8 retirements the other night, DNFs.
Yeah.
These guys only had one, and that was a retirement in the pits. So fair play, mate.
But there you have it, guys. That is tonight's race complete. Obviously, Pan having a great race, finishing P1, D Mort's P2, and Legend 8 P3. So what I'll do now, mate, is I will invite the top 3 plus the tier 2 champion to the party. See who joins and who doesn't, because some guys don't join parties, so we'll see. And D Mort. Yeah, so I've invited the top 3 plus the tier 2 champion. So that was the race tonight. Pan winning, D Mort second, Agenda P3. Good race. Murphy, thoughts on that, mate?
Yeah, it was an interesting race, wasn't it? There wasn't loads happening on track, particularly towards the front of the field. I think the interesting battles were more in terms of undercut, overcut, who pits when, what tyres are we going to go on to, that kind of thing. But really, really confident drive from Pangri out in front. Never really threatened at all by anyone behind him. He's got to be happy with that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Here is the champ.
Good evening, lads.
Good evening.
Good evening, mate. Congratulations, first off. Congratulations on the championship.
Thank you.
How are you feeling? Obviously, tier 2 champion.
It's not the way I wanted to win it, but a win is a win, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I couldn't be more happier at the moment. I'm really, really happy that I've won. All the hard work has finally paid off. Finally won a CRL championship, let alone a race. Was my expectations at the start of the season, but
Yeah.
my word, what a season.
Yeah, you've put on a blinder, mate, this year. You fully deserved. Been commentating most of the season, and you've been pretty much in the interviews pretty much every race. So yeah, you've been very consistent. You've not really had many bad races as well. So yeah, well done to you, mate. How are you feeling for next season? Potentially, you might get moved up a tier. What's your thoughts on that?
Boys.
Wow. I don't know. Being in tier 1 will be an honour, of course. I mean, I won the championship, so it's pretty much guaranteed that I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
So I look forward to it, yeah.
Good,
I think
good.
you've just got to embrace the challenge, haven't you? It's one of them things, isn't it? You've got to drive with the best, or anything in life. You've got to be with the best to learn and to challenge yourself and to get better. Is that a Dutch flag next to your name there as well?
It's just for the race. It's just for this bit because Cole Paradox told me to do it, so I did it.
I was going to say it would have been nice to do your championship interview at your home track, but
Nah.
You don't sound particularly Dutch, I have to say.
No, it's because me and Cole Paradox had a thing, and I said I'll put it on for him.
Fair. So from my point of view, obviously I'm just sitting in tonight, unfortunately for Rob. But you mentioned at the start of your interview there, you didn't want to win it this way. So what's happened there? Is it a case of some of the other drivers who are in and around you haven't been able to race tonight, or?
Duo has missed. He missed a few before because he had an injury,
Right.
and then he missed tonight, so I couldn't really win it on track. But
Right, fair enough.
It's still alright.
Maybe not the way you wanted to win it, but you're still up there consistently every week, from what I can gather, and probably would have got it done anyway. So yeah, congratulations from me.
Thank you very much.
So it doesn't seem like anybody else is joining. So, Ennis, talk us through your race, mate. How did you find that? Obviously, you started at the back, started on the soft tyres, disconnected as well. How are you feeling when that sort of happened?
I'm not gonna lie, I won the championship, but I was still really angry that I disconnected because I mean, I would have been, I gained a lot of positions on them softs, and I feel like I would have done really well. But I mean, I guess it wasn't meant to be disconnected. It's a bit annoying, but yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked at the start that you'd made something like 4 positions on the opening lap straight away on those soft tyres. So, and then we were like, oh no, he's in AI mode, and dropped pretty much right to the back again, didn't you? So
I dropped really far back.
yeah, them
like,
AI man, they're not very good.
game wasn't doing me any favors.
No.
I know.
But yeah, you've championship was already sewn, so you could pretty much have a bit of fun tonight. Obviously, we saw you doing a bit of donuts as well.
Yeah, I did enjoy them.
I'm glad you caught that.
Did enjoy them.
We did. We got that on stream as well.
Qualifying ban might be incoming.
I didn't know where to do it. I was looking on track, where's an open space on tarmac, and I saw the perfect spot at that corner, and I was like, yeah, it must be done.
Yeah, well, AFL did manage to catch that on the stream, so you can enjoy watching those back tomorrow.
I'll watch it back tonight.
But it looks like the rest of the top 3 won't be joining. So what we'll do is we're going to call it a day. This will be my final commentary of the season. I won't be here next Thursday. But it's been an absolute pleasure. Obviously, I've commentated with Rob and I've commentated with Murphy. Obviously, we spoke about Rob being absent tonight. And again, I just want to repeat, obviously, we do miss you, Rob. But we are all thinking of you and your family at this time. And yeah, we are all here for you. But yeah, it's been a good race. And it was my pleasure to commentate with you, Murphy, for the first time, mate. Do you have any closing thoughts?
No, just thank you for having me. Obviously, like you, I'll just echo, yeah, difficult circumstances to step into Rob's shoes. But yeah, it was a good race, and once again, I've enjoyed myself. Only the second time doing this, so we are still learning and probably talking a little bit too much and things like that. But yeah, really enjoyed it. So thank you for having me.
No worries, mate. Anytime. So yeah, thank you for tuning in tonight to Cone Tier 2. I think the Tier 1 boys are currently racing at the moment, so if you want to tune in to them, that'd be good. But yeah, just finally from me, thank you for this season. I obviously stepped up a little bit more, obviously due to Rob not being here, but it's been my absolute pleasure, and maybe next season I might be still commentating for you guys. But yeah, thank you very much for putting up with me, and yeah, we will speak soon.